Hello, this is Jason P. Wilson Zero in X Force, and today I wanted to start a new segment. I'm a big fan of covers, and I thought it'd be fun if I shared some of my favorite covers with you guys, and do that by showing my favorite covers of different series that I've read. So I thought it'd be a good idea to start off with Blackest Night and Brightest Days covers. Now, for me, covers are something I really enjoy. I love the feeling of when I go inside a comic book store waiting to pick up my new issues, and maybe there's one or two I've been anticipating, and I get them, and there's just a cover that's just awesome, and makes me really excited to get home and open up the comic and start reading it. With my favorite characters in something happening that I've been looking forward to. I also love it when I'm in a comic book store and I'm looking around and I see this cover that just pops out at me. It's so interesting that I just want to pick up the comic book and take a look inside to see what the story is all about. So I thought this would be a great way to celebrate some of these covers. Now I thought Blackest Night, Brightest Day would be a great one to start with because I had the privilege of reading Brightest Day immediately after Blackest Night, and I know most people had to wait a long time because they read Blackest Night when it first came out, but I didn't. I got back in the comics after it was already released, and in fact, the first couple issues of Brightest Day were already out. So I like Green Lantern, but I hadn't read too much of him, so I thought this would be a great way to get back into comics. So I went on eBay and picked up a brand new 0 through 8 of Blackest Night, and I picked up the first couple issues of Brightest Day, brand new, and then I started collecting it every month. Now, at the time, I had no idea how long Brightest Day was going to be, 0 to 24, 25 issues, very long, but it was a great series, and for me, it was really fun to immediately get into Brightest Day after having just read Blackest Night. So, first up is issue number 1. Now, the 0 issue I thought had an okay cover, but I really only want to share my favorite covers. So that would be starting with issue number 1. Issue number 1 has a great cover for me. I'm a fan of like Evil Dead movies and Return of the Living Dead and Night of the Living Dead, those kind of movies. And this cover was just really great. You have this skull with its mouth open, just and all the Black Lantern rings come pouring out. It's an awesome cover, and it really made me excited to see what was going to happen inside. Next up is Blackest Night, number 2. Now I like this cover because you got Hal Jordan looking like a badass on the front. He's doing a pose there, and he's surrounded by some of his fallen friends that are now raised from the dead with Black Lantern rings. So it was a really cool cover, and after reading issue number 1, this one was really exciting to start reading. And next up is number 5 of Blackest Night. Now, this is a very classic cover. This is a cover that has been done, many, many times before. You have the villain looking very large, and you have the heroes looking very small, and they're all twisting and turning, and all of them are in uncomfortable positions, so they look very like Christ, type thing. They're in trouble. So this has been done many times before, but when it's done well, I always think it's great, and it's great fun. So I like this cover a lot. Next up is issue number 6. Now I love this cover here. This cover was the cover with the New Guardians, and I'm a big fan of colors, like popping colors that just jump out at you. And with the black backgrounds that this cover has, all these colors, these bright colors, just really pop. In fact, the whole series was like this. You had backdrops that were very dark, and you had front colors that were very bright, and it made this a beautiful book. And this is a great cover. You guys see the new Guardians, and I hadn't been exposed to any of this stuff before, so it was really exciting for me. And this cover's really got me excited to open it up. And next up here is number 7. The same reason, except for the added bonus of some of my favorite or our favorite heroes on the cover with their new rings. Pretty awesome. I was really excited about this, especially Wonder Woman. I thought Wonder Woman looked awesome with her new costume with her ring, and I thought Flash was cool too, and everyone was awesome. I thought this was a really cool cover just because of that alone. And last up for the Blackest Night is number 8. I thought that this was really cool. Now, I the whole time was like not wanting Sinestro to get the white lantern ring, and when he did, I was like, no. And this cover was like, oh, had to look at his face coming at me with his white lantern ring. Luckily, it was only temporary, but this is a really cool cover. It's exploding with action, and it really makes you excited to see how this series is going to end. Really cool cover. And going from Blackest Night to Brightest Day, boom, 0 issue. Now, again, another very classic cover. You got all the heroes, and they're jumping out at you on the page, and it's very, very classic. But when it's done well, I really love it. I really love these covers with the heroes coming out at you, and this artwork is beautiful. It was a great cover, and again made me want to open it up and read it quickly. I was also happy to see some heroes that I hadn't really read a lot of. Of course, they were in the first series, but still pretty cool. Next up is issue number 1. Now, I liked issue number 1 because here you have Hal Jordan, and he's, pulling out the white, lantern there, and all the heroes, they can't even look at the light. They're all looking away or blocking their eyes. And I thought it had a real intensity on the cover of this. Really, really good. Next up is one of my favorite covers, period. In fact, there are 2 on in these series that are 2 of my favorite covers, period, of all time, and this is one of them. Issue number 3 of Brightest Day. First of all, the artwork is absolutely gorgeous, but here you have just a really great picture of these heroes, and Brightest Day really made me a fan. I was already a fan of Aquaman and Hawkgirl and Hawkman, but this series, I really loved reading those 2 storylines. I enjoyed all the storylines. Like, I like Firestorm, and I like Deadman, and I love Jean and the Martian Manhunter, but I really enjoyed the storylines of Aquaman and Hawkman, Hawkgirl. In fact, this is the reason why I'm picking up the new ongoing Aquamans, because of this series. Awesome cover, and the Queen there, the Queen of Atlantis, she's looking great on this cover. It's really beautifully done. Awesome cover. Next up here is number 5. Number 5 is really cool. Again, I was really into this storyline along with Aquaman storyline. But I really loved how they used some of the colors in the backdrops. This one with the Hawkman and Hawkgirl, they use purples a lot in the backgrounds. So I thought this was a great cover. Really well done. And that goes the same for my next one. Now, this is the only cover, I believe, that Martian Manhunter was solo on. And I really liked it. I liked the reds and the dark colors. I liked the red light reflecting off the green skin. Really beautifully drawn, and actually absolutely gorgeous art, and a really cool cover with Jean on the front. And next up is the other cover that's one of my favorite covers of all time, and that is number 8 of Brightest Day, Hawkgirl Unleashed. First of all, it's by Finch. I really love Finch. I think he does some of the best cover art that I've ever seen. And here with these almost like pastel type chalk like colors. Also, at this point in storyline, Hawkgirl's captured, and in this issue, she was able to, even though ultimately she was captured again, she was able to break free and get some ass kicking going, which is really cool. And you really feel that from this cover. Really awesome cover. Hawkgirl's never looked better, and one of my favorite covers. Love it. Next up is another Finch cover, and this one is great. Again, with the purple background, with the Hawkman and Hawkgirl covers. You have this ring of skeletons, and in the middle you got this purple light coming out. It's really awesome. Really beautifully done. Again, Love Lost there on the corner. This whole storyline was great, and I loved it. And this was a great cover. Next up is a great cover. Now, it's not my favorite of the series, but it's definitely one of my favorites of the series. When I saw this cover, I had like a geekgasm. I mean, I just was like, what? I was like, Batman, White Lantern, what? I was really excited when I saw this cover. First of all, it's beautifully done. White Lantern, Batman on the front, and awesome cover. This is also Finch. I love it when Finch does these kind of pastel-y, chalky color drawings. Really chalky coloring and sketch work almost. Beautiful cover. Love this cover. Next up is two. I thought these covers were pretty cool. They had them back to back, and it was they were doing this at the time with all DC titles, white background and hero on the front with their symbol in the back. So here you got Hawkman, Hawkgirl, and Firestorm, both with those special DC covers. So I thought they were really fun. And next up is number 20, and this was a great cover. Everyone remembers this cover that was reading this series. Like the White Lantern Batman, it was awesome, Everyone remembers that. Everyone remembers this too, because, I mean, how can you not remember this? You got, Black Magus in the back holding up, in victory, his sword, and you got Aquaman here screaming with his arm cut off. Even though it didn't exactly happen like this in the book, again, covers kind of lie sometimes. It didn't exactly happen this way. He wasn't crying like a little girl, but still, it's an awesome cover, and rarely do you have a cover with a hero with a severed limb. Pretty awesome cover. Next up is Brightest Day number 22, Firestorm versus the Anti-Monitor. Great cover, really action oriented. At this point, I was enjoying the Firestorm storyline the most, and I did like this issue, and I thought this was a really great cover. Very action oriented. And next up here is number 23. Now we're almost at the end here, but I like this cover a lot because, well, you get to see all these heroes that you've been invested in for the past 22 issues, and now you get to see them with their elemental abilities, powers. Really cool cover. Really got you excited to see how this series was going to end. And then boom, the last one here is, yes, 24. The $5 issue. For $5 at the time, I thought it could have been a full-on double-size issue. Instead, we just got a few extra pages, which was fine. But, Going from $3 to $5, I wanted a little bit bigger book. Still, it was an awesome end to the series. It ended very well. I liked how it ended. Great cover here. You got the return of the Swamp Thing. Very excited. I was a Swamp Thing fan, and now that the new series is coming out, I'm definitely reading it. So I love this cover, and it was a great way to end this great limited run. And with that, those are my favorite covers for the series. I would like to know if you guys like this segment, if you guys like seeing some of these cool covers that I enjoy. Also, I would love to hear from you guys. Do you guys like covers of comics the way I do? And what are some of your favorites? And with that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.